Gotcha. Got him. Good. Looks good. Me or him? Yes, I do.
All right. This meeting is being held in accordance with Public Laws 1975, Chapter 231. Adequate notice of this meeting has been provided by a notice sent to the Star Ledger, the local source, and posted in the main lobby of the municipal building and on the Township website. To lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, we have American Legion Post 228 Vice Commander Mark Krause and a special guest, member of the Sons of the American Legion Squadron 228, Mr. Judah Krause. Please rise.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty
And justice for all. Please continue standing for a moment of silence for our service members here and abroad. All right. Before we go with a roll call, I want to make sure everybody speaks into their microphones so we don't hear about it online or Linda doesn't get calls about it. So please speak into the microphones. Madam Clerk.
Mayor Laufer.
Present.
Deputy Mayor Kaiser. Committeeman Capides.
Here.
Committeeman Huber.
Here.
Committeeman Weber.
Yeah.
All right, proclamations and announcements. The Springfield 55-plus residence calendar for April 2026 is available, and it is stocked full of events. If you are interested in serving on any boards, please send an email to residents-review@springfield-nj.us. The Egg Hunt and Kite Fest is on Saturday, March 28th, so this Saturday, from 2 to 4 at Chisholm Park. Rain day is Sunday, March 29th. Bring your baskets and bring your kites. Photos with the Easter Bunny, DJ, music, and much more. All municipal offices will be closed on Friday, April 3rd, in observance of Good Friday. And join the First Aid Squad to welcome Springfield's newest ambulance on Saturday, April 11th from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. There will be carnival games, face painting, and so much more. It is on number 10 Trivet Avenue, right outside this building. Community Health Fair, hosted by the First Aid Squad, is on April 12th from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Chisholm Community Center, learning life-saving skills, meet your first responders, and enjoy fun activities for all ages. The Springfield Community Pool membership is open at www.thesay.org/SCP. The Township Committee meeting on April 14th will include a dedication of the mural plaque, that one, and reading of the Act of the State of New Jersey establishing the Township of Springfield and the minutes of Springfield's first ever Township Committee meeting, April 14th, 1794, just a few years ago. Finally, the Township would like to extend our sincerest condolences to the family of First Aid Squad Lieutenant Jeff Shanus on the passing of his father, Irwin. I know the Shanus family very well. They're wonderful people, and we are very sorry for their loss. We also have Springfield Community Cleanup Day, April 26th at 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Meet at Laurel Park. Gloves and bags are provided. And we have an Arbor Day proclamation, but the person who couldn't make it was not here, so it is being sent to them instead of that. We're moving on to public comment on agenda items only. Okay. We now have reports. I'm going to turn it over to Jay Spinelli, who's going to pinch hit in terms of our reports today. So, Mr. Spinelli.
Thank you, Mayor. So we've been working with our 250, as you heard. The one that we're going to have here at the meeting is coming up. And before that, we've had opening up the vault at the library, which was a great success. We had the curator there, Committeeman Capides, you were there. I know you saw what it was about. It was nice to just have everyone there and kind of be involved. We took great pictures with everyone, got great information. And as we continue our 250th celebrations, one of the things that we're having, which is coming up before the one that's coming up on the 14th, is April 12th, which is Community Day at the library. So that'll be Community Day at the library between 1 and 3. And then we have, after the one that's going to be here, we have the Reverend and the Rabbi, which is the third time we've had to reschedule this, unfortunately. But fortunately now we seem like we have it at the right time, at the right place. That will be on April 29th, which is Wednesday, from, if I'm not mistaken, 6:30 to 8. So that will be something that I know everybody was kind of waiting for. We had a lot of people set up to come to that. We had a lot of people reserving spots with the recreation department. So with that also being said, we're now adding something that wasn't on the agenda for the 250th, and I think Committeeman Kaiser will be happy to hear about this, because he was the one that brought up the fact that he wanted to do a time capsule. had a nice conversation this afternoon with the superintendent and the 9 principals. We all met today and had a nice conversation about what we were going to do and how we were going to build this, and it became a little bit bigger than we thought. All of the schools would like to dive into this full force, allowing themselves and their classrooms to give something, whether it's a letter from each of the classrooms, pictures, articles, things that they may be able to put into the capsule. So this smaller capsule that we thought we were going to have is going to have to go a lot bigger than we thought. It has brought a lot of excitement into the schools, and the community is starting to get behind this. So I would love to hear a moment, if possible. Again, Committeeman Kaiser, I know this was your thing. I'd love to hear some thoughts, some ideas. We talked about possibly doing this for a 250th and putting this maybe in front of Town Hall with a nice plaque there.
The 350th.
Well, for whatever you guys want it to be. I don't know if we're going to do 100 years, 50 years. Rich is like, I'm right there. Don't worry. I won't be there either. But I would like to hear some ideas from this committee, if you'd like to say some and give some thought about it, about where we might be able to put it and what else we might be able to add to this. I figure we would bring in Rotary, we would bring in some of the other small groups that are from the outside and bring them in. But at this point, I would like to ask for some thoughts on this, if
I
possible.
want to kick it off to Alex if he would like to go first. If not, we can just, go down the dais. Totally up to you. It was your idea.
Yeah, no, hey, it's a time capsule is supposed to be a moment in time. I think it's for then a future generation to open up and look back and hear what the people of that day thought. So I would envision that it's, I've never done a time capsule before, but I think it takes some relics of our time, right? Maybe that's probably what's most important to us, from an iPhone or a cell phone to comments from the students and comments from people up here, and then for a future generation to look back and say, hey, what's in there? So I think that's the point of it. I don't know if it's necessarily for the people who put it in to see. If it's for future Americans in a future time to say, hey, what we have. We already have a time capsule out in front. I think there is a stone marking it from, I forget what year, but I think we can go find it. So maybe putting it next to that with a new date and time in the future.
I see Committeeman Weber's face is looking at, where is it?
From
We have a time capsule?
yeah, it's by on our front lawn. There's a marking of a stone. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Is there?
I'm fairly certain. I think it's from.
I never noticed.
It's not for you guys.
It's from maybe 200th year and marked to be 100 years in the future or
We're
whatever.
cracking this thing open tonight.
No, that's the point. Is like you're supposed to. It shouldn't be stuff like that. You're gonna say, "Oh yeah, I remember like having a VCR." Right? It's supposed to be for a generation that would have no idea what a VCR is.
So it would be like my daughter's generation with a rotary phone.
Yes,
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think that is what we're envisioning.
Okay.
I don't know what else to say. I mean, just to put things in there that from this generation. I'd like to see the one from 200. Yeah. Because I was here.
Yeah.
50 years ago.
Somebody go outside tonight and go look around for the stone.
That's an interesting point, right? Because you have two different viewpoints. Viewpoint number one is yours, that, it's for a future generation. But then you look and you have every school that wants to be involved, and there's going to be kids that, are 13, 14 years old, and 50 years.
They're 63 years old, 65.
There's a good chance that a lot of these people would be in town, and it could be a really big event in 50 years.
Sure.
To have them open this up. We have a teacher in Caldwell, Mr. Campbell, and Mr. Campbell makes our kids write letters
Yes,
to themselves.
he does. He read one on TV, one of those shows.
He was on the show, yeah. And my daughter, got her letter last year, and she wrote this letter, I think when she was 7. Oh, geez. Oh, the whole house was crying. Oh, my God. But it was fantastic. So, I don't know. I would like 50 years. I can see 100. Maybe there could be both. But where would you put it? I guess in the front of Town Hall again?
Yeah, we put it in Town Hall. Yeah.
Yeah, We gotta get something that's big enough to do for some of the schools, some of the things, and, you know.
And then you get a headstone, whatever you call it, and you mark it.
How big is a capsule? Is it-
So I do have sizes that we can go over. There's different ones. I found a company that specifically does this. Yeah, there's a company that does this. So,
Hellcat? Can we get a, like, a?
yeah, we'll get a car and put it in there for you.
Oh, I know a guy who has cars, we just bury one of your cars.
There we go. That's a capsule.
My 2 cents would just be, I would like to make sure all of the, organizations that are participating in the 250th are involved as well.
Yes.
And the schools and, our environmental commission, things like that, so things in town. Committeeman Capides, anything?
No, I'm loving all the ideas.
That's right.
More ideas, the better.
Okay.
Yes to all.
Okay.
Anything else?
Yeah, the last one is we have been working toward the Fall Festival, and we do have a company that we are talking with and actually are done speaking with. It's on the agenda for this evening to be able to go over, and they will be assisting us to make this a bigger and better Fall Festival than we've ever had, with incorporated the individuals that have been involved with it already, who do an absolute phenomenal job. So, bless you. And that just means it's the truth. So with saying that, I want to thank everybody who was involved with this process so far, mayor, deputy mayor. I know that we've been doing this, and it's been, something that we wanted to just make a little bit larger, and we're all behind this. We got sponsors that are already involved, and we're looking very, very forward to one of the biggest events that we have every year. Obviously, 250th, we're focusing on 4th of July, which will be bigger and better as it is already, but the next one is the Fall Festival. We're very excited about that. So if anybody would like to go over it, Craig, I think we have the document out there, correct?
Yeah, it should be, I don't-
On the agenda.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, it's on the agenda.
okay. So anybody who'd like to go over it.
By the time the capsule's open, Gomes' building will be open.
Maybe we'll take a picture of it and put it in there.
I don't even know if that's funny at this point. It's more tragic than anything else. Okay, moving right along to Alex's second favorite part of the meeting, which is minutes.
I will make a motion to adopt the regular and executive meeting minutes of February 10th, 2026 as emailed.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, new business. We have nothing on second reading. However, we do have an ordinance on first reading.
Is ordinance 2026-05. This ordinance amends the Township Code at Chapter 7 to modify the township's traffic regulations.
Make a motion to adopt ordinance 2026.
You can speak into the mic, please.
Make a motion to adopt ordinance 2026-05 as read by Madam Clerk.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Okay, discussion. Mr. Dowd, can you give us a brief summary of what's in that ordinance?
Certainly, Mayor. This is a relatively simple ordinance. This amends the parking regulations on Prophet Avenue to eliminate the need for a license, also known here as a permit. The conditions, according to the police department, the conditions that cause the necessity for permit parking there no longer exist, so they want to make sure that people can park there freely, subject to any other, any other timing restrictions, et cetera. But no permit is necessary once this is adopted.
Okay. Anything from the dais? Okay, Madam Clerk, can we have a roll call?
Committeeman Weber?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Kaiser?
Yes.
Committeeman Capides?
Yes.
Committeeman Huber?
Yes.
Mayor Lau?
Yes. Resolutions, if you'd like something pulled, please say so. Resolution 2026-105, Resolution 2026-106, 107, 108, 109, 110, and 111.
Pull 110.
Pulling 110.
Make a motion to adopt resolutions 2026-105 through 2026-109, and then 2026-111.
Second.
Madam Clerk.
Committeeman Weber?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Kaiser?
Yes.
Committeeman Huber?
Yes.
Committeeman Capides?
Yes.
Mayor Lauer?
Yes.
Okay, Resolution 2026-110. This resolution authorizes the sale of street signs no longer needed for public use.
I will make a motion to adopt a resolution as read by Madam Clerk.
Second.
There we go.
I just wanted to make a point. This has been something that I've raised for a little while, and we finally were able to work it out. That would potentially, we go through a lot of signs. Some get taken down because of accidents. Some are just out of use. Some are, just replaced over time. We're going to try to sell those street signs. I don't think anybody's anticipating a large sum of money, but it's better than it just being piled into a pile of scrap metal by the town hall and never being used. So we don't have every street in Springfield, but we have a few, and I think it will be categorized and put online for people to potentially buy. And if they want their perhaps their street sign is available and they'll be able to buy it. So
I think it's a fantastic idea, especially for guys, like me. I collect them, put them on the wall in the garage, anything. $10, $20, what are these things selling for? Do we know yet?
$10.
So it's not to make any money.
Fantastic.
It's just to kind of get rid of some stuff and
Clean up.
make some money and give something back to the community. So
Absolutely cool. Yep.
Madam Clerk?
Deputy Mayor Kaiser?
yes.
Committeeman Huber?
Yes.
Committeeman Capides?
Yes.
Committeeman Weber?
Yes.
Mayor Lauer?
Yes. All right, moving on to discussion and action items, a joint request by the Edward Walton PTA, James Caldwell PTA, and Thelma Sandmeyer PTA for one $50 program credit from the Recreation Department for their annual basket auction on May 8th.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Committeeman Weber?
Yes.
Committeeman Huber?
Yes.
Committeeman Capides?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Kaiser? Yes. Mayor Lauer?
Yes. Next, Township accepts the resignation of Mary Feldman as a member of the Environmental Commission effective March 19, 2026, and appoints Nina Tabachnik as a member of the Environmental Commission to fill a term expiring 12/31/2028.
Wait, is she resigning or is she just leaving her?
Mary Feldman is resigning,
Completely?
yes.
She is still coming to the meetings, but she will not
Be a voting
be on
You're resigning the secretary position?
secretary, yes.
Okay. Make a motion, oh, sorry, you got something? Oh, make a motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I just want to say something before we go to the next.
Yeah.
I want everybody out there, if you want to get on a committee, all you have to do is get your resume in here, and, we'll do what we can to get you on a committee. I mean, a lot of people think, oh, well, you got to be friends. You don't have to be friends with anybody. All you got to do is get your resume here, and we will read it. I mean, it goes to the mayor, and the mayor goes through them, everybody goes through them.
Absolutely.
I literally met somebody the other day, and I was just talking to them. They wanted to get more involved, and they're right now currently talking to both the Environmental Commission and the library people to figure, what best role she would want to serve, either one or both. She doesn't know, but it's they came with a willingness to volunteer, and we just directed them to the right people, because we're always looking.
100%.
It actually, going on what Rich said, it actually helps us if you're not a friend. We've got a lot of friends. It helps us if new people get involved who are, we don't know at all. It gives people a great insight into what goes on. It gets them involved, and it opens the doors for them to get involved in other boards and so on, because it is unfortunately the same people over and over again that are on all of these boards. So, yeah, even if you don't know anybody, put it in, put the letter of interest in, and we'd love to talk to you.
I also want to point out it's not political. If anybody wants to serve the town, come right on.
Yeah.
Republican, Democrat, unaffiliated, come on in. We would love to have you serve the town. Next is a request by the Springfield First Aid Squad to waive filing fees of $40 for raffle applications as they are raising funds for a new ambulance that they've already received.
I make a motion.
Second.
Committeeman Capides?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Kaiser?
Yes.
Committeeman Huber?
Yes,
Committeeman Weber?
Yes.
Mayor Laufer?
Yes, now to Alex's favorite part of the meeting.
I'll make a motion to to accept payroll and invoices for the period of March 11th, 2026 through March 24th, 2026 in the amount of $5,249,179.45.
second,
Deputy Mayor Kaiser?
Yes.
Committeeman Huber?
yes,
Committeeman Capides?
Yes.
Committeeman Weber?
Yes.
Mayor Laufer?
Yes. Now we have correspondence, Union Township Planning Board meeting, March 26th at 7 PM at the Municipal Building, property located at 2735 Route 22 West. Second, the County of Union Department of Engineering, Public Works and Facilities Management, area-wide notification for application of adulticide used to control adult mosquitoes. Visit the county website at www.ucnj.org for more information. Legal notices will be published in Union County newspapers from May through October. I just really think they need to use a different word than adulticide. But other than that, any other information can be found on the county website. Public comment on any governmental issue. If anybody would like to address the Township Committee, please come on up. Please say your name and address, and we look forward to hearing from you.
Michael Furchi, 139 Hillside Avenue.
Yeah, just pull it towards you.
Mr. You live there, you sure?
Michael Furchi, 139 Hillside Avenue. At the cost of sounding like a broken record, I'm here again to discuss PFAS Forever Chemicals. A few years ago, I was up here and I told you that it was something that was pervasive and something that concerned us, should concern us all. Now I'm here to tell you that it's here and it's going to bite us in the ass. It's chomping at our ass cheeks right now.
That's a visual.
Just to give you an idea of what I'm talking about, PFAS are a large group of man-made chemicals, commonly referred to as forever chemicals because they don't break down in the body or in the environment. They're pervasive and in thousands upon thousands of products, clothes, Teflon pots and pans, firefighting foam. It's in everything. Just to give you an example, you fry a couple of eggs tomorrow morning in a Teflon pan, then you go wash it in your sink with a Teflon spatula. That stuff winds up at the sewer authority. When I came last time, I told you that there was a number of lawsuits brewing or stewing regarding this. A major one is coming to a head in the near future. And some of the consequences from this lawsuit could be what I think a devastating blow to not just Springfield, but Kenilworth, Westfield, Kenilworth, the entire community at large. Because a lot of this stuff winds up at the authority. And if we are forced to mitigate this, it would cost hundreds of millions of dollars. Numbers that I've seen that I don't think are sustainable in any way, shape, or form. They're talking about possibly our sewer bill would triple from 3.2 or whatever it is to $9 million or $10 million. I don't know if any of you have any the power to to reach out to anybody, to inform anybody, or to inform as many people as you can about this, because it's something that's going to affect, I think, everyone. I'm not at liberty to discuss the specifics of what's going on with this lawsuit, but I can tell you that if it ends up the way it's heading, it's not a good thing for not just Springfield, but to our neighbors as well. I don't think there's anybody that can sustain the cleanup costs of something that's been around since the 1940s, and something that is today is in everything. It's in this carpet, it's in my clothes, it's in electronics, it's in everything. It's in our food systems already. I don't think it's something that we can sustain, and I don't think it's even fair that the producers of these chemicals are going to get off with paying some small amount of what the actual damages really are.
Well, just to give some context to what it is there is talk that I've heard, not from you or anybody else, but there's talk that I've heard that the lawsuit settlement amount that's possibly being talked about is substantially lower than it would cost to remediate all of the sewage treatment plants to rid them of this chemical.
Yep.
When I say significantly smaller,
A small fraction.
small fraction. And I don't even know what to do. Because the number that I've heard, if the number's correct, I don't even know if that number's even enough to fix one plant.
I'm not at
But
liberty
I know you can't say anything, but we had talked about it up here because we had had some info on it.
It would be hundreds of times, more
Right.
than what the settlement would be. All of that would come back to the taxpayer, to the ratepayers, and I don't know if we can afford something like that, $9 million just to flush the
Now,
toilets.
you're our liaison there, so I have to, well, my question for you is the technology there to actually remediate this? If the money was there, is the technology there?
It is.
To
but we
eliminate
don't
it?
want to pay for that, Chris. Trust
You
me
do
when
not
I
wanna
tell
pay-
you.
right.
Just as one example, the last meeting here before COVID shut us down, if you recall, the water company, New Jersey American, came for a permit for 20 million gallons. Do you remember that?
I remember.
That was for a filtration system because they had a contaminated well. The only well left in Springfield turned up contaminated.
I remember.
Exceeded by far the limits that are already high.
Yep.
So, and that was a $20 million improvement. That was one well, just to give you an idea of the cost that we're talking about here. This is ridiculous. These numbers are unfathomable. This is not something that Springfield can sustain or our neighbors can sustain.
This is not a Union County thing, this is statewide right now?
This is not a Union County thing. This is not a Kenilworth, Westfield.
Yep.
This is not a member of the RVSA municipality only problem. There are 100 plants in New Jersey that would have to accommodate these new limits. And just to give you another example, they're talking about drinking water at 4 parts per trillion. Sewer wastewater that's already been filtered out and dumped back to the river at 1 part per trillion. So in other words, we will be taking in at the authority water that comes in legally at 4 parts per trillion, legal for drinking water, and we'll have to clean it up further to 1 part per trillion. You tell me what kind of sense that would make? To put water into the river that's cleaner than the water that's already in the river, by far, not even close.
Yep.
1 part per trillion is minuscule amount, but it's a deadly, deadly poison. And I'm not saying this, the authorities are saying this. The EPA is saying this. Everybody's saying this now. And the way it's looking, it could wind up that the taxpayer will be made to pay this bill. And for 3M and DuPont, they poisoned everybody since the 40s, all right? And now they want the taxpayer to do the cleanup. I just wanted you to be aware of what's going on and the potential ramifications that I think would be devastating not only to our town, but to the surrounding
The whole state and
communities.
surrounding areas. Thank you, Mr. Furchi. Thank you for representing our interests on the RVSA. Really appreciate the conversation earlier, and we look forward to further updates. Thank you so much.
Thank you for your
Tough act to follow.
That's for sure. Dan Kirk, 159 Short Hills Avenue. Hello, everyone. Sorry. I'm glad I came, and I heard about the resolution that was read about the parking on Profit.
Yes.
I wasn't prepared to speak about that, but I will. Does that mean we can take down signs in our neighborhood?
DPW, if the signs are irrelevant, DPW will come by and remove the signs.
On
Correct.
Short Hills Avenue, too?
If it pertains to profit.
Yeah. No, it doesn't. But I've been asking to have my sign removed for 30 years, or 25.
We can have them look at also then. Short Hills Avenue?
Short Hills Avenue, 159. Profit Avenue, I drive on it all the time, and it's dangerous, because as I'm coming down, approaching Morris, with the funeral parlor on my left, people are parked on the right, and people are parked on the left.
Yeah.
People coming across Morris Avenue, where the people coming from 7-Eleven are going 50 miles an hour over that hill, they make that left, and it's hard if there's people coming out to make a right if someone else is coming in, just so you're aware. that
100%.
Parking is an issue over there.
100%.
I see the mural, it is so spectacular. I would love to see that on the laundry, at the laundromat wall. I drive in Newark and Jersey City all the time now that I'm retired, and I see murals everywhere. I would love for Springfield, historic town, to have something like that out there. It'd be great. Obviously, what I want to talk about tonight is not as important as what's going on, but I did check with the police before I came, and it's in fact a law. You can't litter in town. So I'm wondering what we can do about these people that throw the newspaper ad on our driveway every single week. Is there anything we can do? Well, I asked the lieutenant. He said something was done in his town. I don't know his name. I'm sorry. I wish the chief was here. So I actually made a few phone calls myself, and I could take my name, my house, by writing this email to this email address. I don't know if the Township Committee wants to talk about that.
Yeah, you can pass it up here. It is.
Maybe you guys could write on behalf of the town. 'Cause I can't tell you how many I pick up as I walk.
Yeah, no,
It's unbelievable.
totally.
I don't know if anybody uses them, but if somebody is upset that they're not getting it anymore, I'm sure they could write to that email. That's all I have to say.
Thank you very much,
Thank
Mr.
you
Kirk.
very much.
Appreciate you.
I'm not opposed to taking the
Taking action.
poll around town to see if people are in favor of them or not in favor of those newspapers.
I don't think anybody is in favor.
Right,
I think there was just questions of what we could do on a mess.
right.
Correct. Before you go, I did want to recognize Mr. Spinelli on the laundromat property.
Yeah, I know we spoke about the laundromat and what was going on over there. I know we're working on the corner there to work on that, to fix that. And we have talked about murals within the township as well, especially with the new park. I know that's coming up as well. So to be aware that we do want to bring art to the area and some murals, I just want to bring that out, that we are looking to do that. And I think we have some really good ideas to bring some great things into Springfield with those murals. It'll make it look really nice, so.
Yep. Thank you. Sorry about that. You're up.
Hi, my name is Gail Donner. I live at 18 Richland Drive in Springfield. I was raised by morals and values. And when John F. Kennedy said, "Ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country," I'm here for the fourth time to ask what Springfield can do for the Jewish members of its community. I am ashamed. I am appalled. As a public school teacher for 32 years, I recognized everybody's religion. Springfield has 55 to 60% Jewish residents in its suburbs of Springfield. It is sad when I know what you do for the Christian Society, and they're welcome to it. 1,000 lights before you on Town Square. Santa Claus comes, donuts, and coffee. What do you do for the Jewish residents? Chabad has to be separate and not equal to. In a park to light a menorah, I wanted a menorah here. They said it broke. They didn't get another one. Put a dreidel outside so every student can feel the holidays as every Christian child does. Not every Jewish child is Orthodox. Not every child is conservative. Not every child is even Reformed. The parents can't afford nowadays to do separate schoolings. However, do you give donuts in the separate park? Do you do latkes in the separate park? I'm here to see things change and be respected. Now is a time when Jews need to be shown and respected, and this community falls short. And another thing I have to say, by past mayor, I was told that Chabad can't get a school for the holidays. I say shame on everybody sitting before me, because the Catholic Church on Mountain Avenue can park in the schools on Sundays and use their property for a parking lot. And you can't give a place of worship maybe 5 to 8 days a year when schools are closed. That's another problem. It's also another problem that when Passover comes, there's signs, don't park near the synagogue in the streets. Well, when there's Easter, I don't see those signs by the church, or Christmas time that they can't park near the church. I'm asking every one of you to find some moral values to respect other people's religion. I am dismayed, I am saddened, because I know this is a great community, but we have to stand together. You don't patronize just the Catholic religion in the front. It's not only the Catholic religion that makes this town what it is. As Mr. Weber once said to me on a nasty email that I still have, he heard I was rich when I was campaigning against taxes. You show me your money, I'll show you mine, Weber. As far as other people,
I've never responded to an email to you ever.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I was
Okay,
on the
okay.
town, I could find
right,
it
go
and
ahead.
show you,
Go ahead.
okay?
Right. We've never been disrespectful
Okay,
to
I can
anybody.
deny too. Denial's easy.
Right.
And I'm here to say to you and everybody else, if you have a core of decency and you know what goes on in the front of this town hall, you'll make sure it stands for everybody, not just one community member, not just one community religion. And especially when the Jewish religion nowadays needs to be heard, needs to stand proud and be recognized. I'm not one to be pushed in a corner. I'm one to face things head on. Do for the Jewish people what you do for the Christian people. Then I will come and thank every member who got a Jewish vote, so you can be sitting in those chairs and looking down upon us. Do something for your vote and do something for the Jewish people. Thank you.
I've gotten calls, and I usually don't speak out about a lot of things. On public property, do we put a menorah?
Is there a manger?
Wait, no. Do we put a menorah on public property?
Other towns do.
Do we do it right now? Is there menorah go on in Veterans Park?
So-
I'm not gonna get an order.
No, so, okay. Okay.
No,
No, I'm just going to say a couple things, and then if you want to react, you're more than welcome to react. Ms. Donner, I respect your feelings. I hear you as a Jew. You are 1,000% right that we need to be seen, we need to be heard, and we need to be proud of our faith. But I do want to give you a little bit of information after your remarks, if that's okay.
Absolutely.
One, the township does partner with Chabad. Chabad asks for Veterans Park. We provide them with, whether it's snow removal if needed, a DPW complement of staff, auxiliary police, regular police, at no cost to Chabad. We are looking at further investing in Hanukkah activities going forward to ensure that our community is inclusive. That's one. Two, as it pertains to parking, the Orthodox synagogue asks for no parking because of their customs to walk to shul, and that happens to be their neighborhood, and they have historically worked with the town to make sure that there is no parking within their vicinity to allow their members to walk to and from shul safely. That's two. Three, in terms of schools for the holidays, I was with Chabad when they used to have a school. I think it's a shame that they no longer have one, but I will point you to the Board of Education for use of schools during religious observances and things like that. So I would point you to the Board of Education for the use of a school. In terms of decorations, I hear what you're saying. We absolutely go all out for Christmas, and we can do more for Hanukkah. I accept that criticism, and we should look to do more as a community to do so. And I think I covered all of your bullet points.
we also, the email that you supposedly sent to me that I responded, I never responded to. I was also the mayor when I supplied Congregation Israel with a car every Friday and Saturday, with an officer also there to direct traffic to make sure that everybody remains safe. And to this day now, that car is still there.
Yep.
Every weekend without fail.
I see it, I know it, I thank you. I don't know who did that, I thank you. But, and I'm saying this as a teacher, not even as a resident.
Sure.
Every child holds the holidays and birthdays dear to their heart. I don't care if they're black, white, Spanish, Jewish, Catholic. This is what they're made of. This is what they should respect and like. And if we all agreed to our Bibles and our Torahs, it would be a perfect world. I'm asking you for the Jewish child in this city, and I know 4 of them, that never sees a Jewish dreidel at town hall. Their parents don't want to bring them up here to the Christmas celebration. Maybe if there was a dreidel or something that they could partake and people could come out and feel part of. Santa Claus is wonderful. He bestows gifts and happiness. I feel Hanukkah's great for 8 days. And I just want every person in Springfield
that your input is very well taken, and thank you for coming out and sharing.
And can I just say something?
Please.
When I first came, maybe 8 or 10 years ago, and Eleanor can look it up, the mayor told me the dreidel, the menorah broke. And we couldn't, you remember, that it broke and they didn't replace it.
What happened was, and I think Mr. Huber will, back me up on this, one of the synagogues did not, there was a manger up and there was a menorah up.
Yes.
I remember this.
There was.
One of the synagogues did not want the menorah up. So when the menorah was taken away, the manger was also taken away. And it was just at St. James or whatever Christian church wanted to have it.
But I hear you, and I respect that. There's nothing to dispute with that. But there is something to dispute that there could be a dreidel or something of substance
I hear that.
on
I
the lawn.
absolutely hear that.
And
You
I'd
are,
like to see it, and I'd like everybody to respect everybody's religions. If they did, and if we did, it would be a terrific community.
I completely agree, and I think this town has been incredibly respectful as a whole. I'm not speaking for the whole world, certainly not, but this town will strive to, we've done well, I think we'll strive to do better. I hear you in terms of holiday decorations. It is something we're already talking about. It is something we're already planning to look to partner with, not just Chabad, with the other houses of worship in the town to make sure that it is inclusive for everyone.
Am I supposed to get in touch with the Board of Ed to use the schools, or do you do that?
I mean, my advice to you would be to do exactly what you did tonight, which is attend a Board of Education meeting. If you are unable to do so, some of us can provide you with an email address to email your concerns to the Board of Education, because they are valid.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Ms. Donna. Is there anyone else who would like to speak from the public? I got a text from a resident a couple days ago, completely switching gears because I feel that the gears need to be switched. I got a text from a resident the other day complimenting Carla in the tax department, so I want to give her a public shout out. She was incredibly helpful to a dear friend of my family, and obviously she didn't know that, and I just want to give her a public shout out. I will also let Lauren know as well. Is there any final thoughts from anybody on the dais?
I got a call from residents who were at, I do believe it was Mizell Field, and they had to move the cars off of Mizell, I guess. And I just want the police to know, there were two police officers, went through the whole park, went to every resident, and explained what the problem, and they were very professional, very polite, and that. I mean, we usually don't hear things like that.
No, that's,
But I got a call about it, and I want the, police chief to know, and the police department, that people do appreciate it.
thank you, Rich.
And while I have an opportunity, I just want to give a quick shout out to our township clerk, Linda Donnelly, who along with Maureen have put together keeps our town running, keeps our business office running, doing the day-to-day operations. We very much appreciate it. Thank you, Linda Donnelly, very much. Thank you, Maureen, very much. We appreciate your help and effort as always.
I think that's for the best. I think that's for the best. Okay. Is there a motion to adjourn?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. We are adjourned.